My kids are growing up so fast, and I'm just gushing over the family photo we took for Mother's Day last year. Why? Because the photo sits right on my work desk in a sleek black picture frame from FrameBridge. It perfectly accents the blue and white outfits we're wearing in the photo. FrameBridge makes it easy and affordable to custom frame just about anything. And looking at the other many photos in my phone, I can't wait to frame more memories. FrameBridge has a curated selection of frame styles and design experts to make it fun and easy to choose the perfect frame for your piece. Shipping is fast and free on orders over $100. Visit FrameBridge or your local FrameBridge store at 113 South 18th Street or order online at framebridge.com. It's the Friday News Roundup. We're talking about the continued tension over bike lanes in Center City, hotel workers fighting for new contracts, vandalism at a North Philly bar, someone selling a pool in South Philly, and how you're feeling about potholes. It's Friday, July 25th. I'm Trenae Nuri, and here's what Philly's talking about. Joining me this week at the Filler Club is CityCast Philly executive producer Matt Katz. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Trenae.
Before we get into today's news roundup, I want to give you guys a preview of a very special announcement ahead of next week. I'm so excited. On Monday, we are officially launching CityCast Neighbors, our brand new membership program for people who love Philly and want to get more from CityCast Philly. We'll have so much to share about it next week, like all the benefits that come with joining, and they are amazing. But today, I want to share why we're launching this membership program. The work we do in making this daily podcast, this daily newsletter, it takes time and care from Philadelphians like us, Matt, Abby, Siani, and I. And we know there's a bunch of you out there who are deeply committed to the city and look to us to keep you connected to the news and conversations and the movers, the shakers, and the stories that help you navigate life in this city. Plus, we're always having fun doing it, right, Matt?
Almost always.
Okay. We want to be here for you for the long haul. This is a long relationship we got going on. Mm-hmm. And support from our listeners is the best way to make sure that happens. Like I said, we'll be talking more about CityCast Neighbors all next week. But if you already know that you value this show and what we're building here in Philly, you can join right now to be a founding member of CityCast Philly Neighbors. Don't you like the sound of that? I'm a founding member. Go to membership.citycast.fm to read more and join. That's membership.citycast.fm.
So as you're listening to today's show, just think about how much you rely on Trenae to keep you up with what's going on and how you appreciate us doing what we do here and how we just try to make Philly feel a little bit smaller and a little bit more accessible for everybody. So consider becoming a member. Go to membership.citycast.fm.
Now let's get into it. We've got an update to that story about the man who was driving drunk, hit and killed the CHOP doctor while she was riding her bike. He was sentenced to 6 to 20 years in prison. The death of Barbara Freitas really sparked a push to protect bike lanes on Pine and Spruce Streets in Center City.
Yeah, this death was a year ago last week, and it became a symbol of what cyclists in the city were saying were just increasingly dangerous streets. As a result, City Council passed the Get Out the Bike Lane law, so there is no more stopping in bike lanes even for a minute, and if you do so, you get fined by the PPA. They are supposed to be putting planters and concrete barriers out on Pine and Spruce Street to protect those bike lanes when really to keep cars like physically out of the lanes, right? We still do not have the protected bike lanes. We do have, I noticed this week, loading zones on the corners, and that was like a compromise, a way to accommodate residents who said they couldn't park in the bike lanes anymore. They couldn't pull over in front of their homes on Pine and Spruce, so they created these loading zones at the corners, but there are no barriers just yet, and neighbors there are still opposing this thing.
Yeah, Matt, this week the anti-bike lane group, Friends of Spruce and Pine, which has sued over the bike lanes, they tweeted a photo of a flipped car. And they wrote that this accident at 9th and Spruce was caused by a car turning wide onto a street already made too narrow by the bike lane. Concrete barricades would have created a bigger disaster.
Yeah, so they're basically blaming this car flipping on bikes, and they were getting ratioed online for their first post, and then they doubled down and they said another tragic accident exploited by privileged bike activists and traffic experts. And this just, it's an online fight and it is what it is, but it's also a personification of a real battle that's been taking place in the city over people who want safer infrastructure for bike lanes, and others who say, listen, we have no place to park, and it's getting more and more inhospitable to people who need to drive to get around or need places to park in Center City. I will say I biked through Center City twice this week, and listen, trucks were still blocking the bike lanes on South Street and on Spruce Street. So without those physical concrete barriers, Amazon's still going to pull over onto the bike lane. And what I had to do, and what all cyclists have to do, I had to bike into the traffic and hope the car behind me was going to slow down or move over. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about city data that I read about this week that shows Philadelphians are 4 times more likely to die from traffic violence than New Yorkers are. So it's disconcerting. I will also say that despite all of these concerns from bike activists, despite all of the controversy out there, biking is still a great and relatively safe way to get around Center City. I was trying to get from Center City on Wednesday to we were at coffee with the team at Elixir over 15th and Locust, right? And I was trying to get to happy hour real quick on the other side of Broad Street, near the Italian market. So I had 15 minutes to meet my friends. So I was going to walk, but that was going to take a half hour. So then I looked up a Lyft, and it said it would take 9 minutes to get picked up.
How much, though?
That was only $11.
Oh, not bad.
Not bad. But then I put in Uber, and it was $21. And I'm I'm not paying $21 to go
Absolutely not.
1.5 miles, right? So I got one of those blue Indigo bikes.
Oh.
And for the first time, I got the electric pedal assist ones. I was cruising, man. I went from 15th and Spruce to 8th and Passyunk in 8 minutes, and it cost me $2.59.
But here's my thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because we talked about this other story about helmets. I bet you didn't have a helmet.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have a helmet. Don't tell my mom.
In Pennsylvania, you don't have to wear a helmet when you're riding a motorcycle.
I know, which is wild. Although there is a movement now in Harrisburg to try to bring back the helmet law.
Wait, you said there's a movement in Harrisburg right now? Matt, they can't even barely get the state budget together.
That's true. Listen, Trenae, we're all going to have to start biking soon.
I know.
SEPTA things look really bad, Trenae. I mean, we've been talking about this lack of funding for SEPTA for a while now.
For a long time.
But there appears to be no real hair on fire urgency. Yeah.
Service cuts by 45% next month.
Yeah, we're less than
a day before the kids go back to school.
52,000 public school kids rely on SEPTA.
Not even just the public school kids. Colleges,
Yep.
the staff,
Yep.
People, everyone. Getting to doctor's appointments, you got to go across the city for that.
Everybody's going to be affected by this. And my 10-year-old is supposed to be taking SEPTA to school this fall for the first time. He's walked to school. He's going to a different school. He's going to get on a bus. I'm supposed to do a test run with him, a couple of times over the next few weeks just to show him where the buses go.
Get familiar.
But I don't even know if I should be doing that because you might be driving him to school in the fall because we got no SEPTA. Can you drive him to school, by the way?
My kids?
My kid.
Oh, your kid. You want me to come all the way down to Center City? Take 70. First of all, Kelly Drive's going to be nuts. 76 is going to be nuts.
Oh, yeah.
95 is going to be nuts.
Yeah, if you think that because you are just a driver, you're not going to be affected by the SEPTA thing, you're mistaken because all those people who would have been on the bus, like my kid, are going to be in the back seat of my car going to school. It's going to be a shit show.
For real.
The Inquirer this week reported that the Pennsylvania Capitol building, where lawmakers are supposed to be grappling behind closed doors over this budget that is a month late, SEPTA is waiting for more than $200 million in order to avoid this 45% cut in service. And yet, at the Capitol this week, quote, you could hear a pin drop, save for a few tourist shoes on the Moravian tile floor in the Capitol's opulent and gold-accented main rotunda. I hope that means they're like off somewhere else at like a bar down the block hammering this out, because legislators and the governor who wants to potentially run for president need to figure this out. I understand there's a divided legislature. I understand that Republicans control the state Senate and the Democrats narrowly control the House, and there's a Democratic governor with massive political ambitions. But this is going to affect millions of people's lives very quickly. And there needs to use your words, be a greater sense of urgency, because this is critically important.
What about the lawmakers that represent Pennsylvania in U.S. Congress? Like, are they even, pressuring or like even having like a call to action to our state lawmakers to get their act together, to get things moving? Because it's not just SEPTA. Schools, nonprofits, they're waiting for state funding to operate.
And these legislators in the state, they have a constitutional obligation to pass a budget by July 1st. They have failed their constitutional duty at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
And they need to, figure this out. This is done every year in every state in the union. They pass a budget. The governor signs a budget. Money goes where they decide it's supposed to go. This is their fundamental duty. And it doesn't make any sense why we're sitting here on July 25th, 25 days after the budget was due, and still talking about this.
All right. We'll be back with more news after the break. Did you know that jazz legend John Coltrane moved to the Strawberry Mansion section of North Philly as a child? Or that the iconic Divine Lorraine Hotel earned its name when Father Divine transformed it into the first racially integrated hotel in the city? This July, discover the powerful stories that shaped a neighborhood at the North Philadelphia History Festival, happening July 24th through the 27th. It's 4 days of free events, exhibits, live music, film screenings, performances, and community conversations, all celebrating the rich African-American and Puerto Rican cultural legacy of North Philadelphia. The North Philadelphia History Festival is organized by Scribe Video Center, with lead support provided by the William Penn Foundation. Join Scribe this July 24th through 27th at various sites throughout North Philadelphia. Learn more at scribe.org/NPHF. That's scribe.org/NPHF.
This episode of CityCast is sponsored by Babbel. Learning a new language opens the door to new friends, new cultures, maybe even a whole new life. So why not start that journey today? You can start speaking a new language with confidence thanks to Babbel's conversation-based technique that quickly teaches you useful words and phrases about the things you actually talk about in the real world. I'm CityCast CEO David Plotz, and I've been learning Spanish with Babbel. Just one of the 12 languages you can learn with it, including Dutch, French, Italian, which is going to be next for me, Turkish, and Russian. I love the interactive dialogues that Babbel has, which allow me to practice what I've learned right away, and also the speech recognition function, which makes sure I'm getting the pronunciation just right, which honestly, usually I'm not. Also, I love that Babbel's lessons always cover actual things that I talk about in the real world, like food, talking to people I've just met, and also food. Staying motivated to learn a new language has never been easier thanks to real-time feedback, progress trackers, and handy visualizations in only 10 to 15 minutes a day on Babbel's mobile app or website. So get talking with Babbel. I want you to learn another language, so I'm teaming up with Babbel to gift you 55% off subscriptions, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/citycast. Get up to 55% off at babbel.com/citycast. spelled BABBEL.com/CityCast. Babbel.com/CityCast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Matt, Clock Bar in North Philly on Germantown Avenue was vandalized this week, and it was bad. I saw some video on 6ABC. It shows a man smashing the place up, using a hammer to break several windows, smashing mirrors behind the bar, throwing liquor bottles on the floor. The owner told 6ABC that the man came into the bar Tuesday just before 5 p.m. Yeah, I said 5 p.m., which is wild to me because that area is busy with people. There's several bus stops right there at the corner of Germantown and Erie Avenues. Plus, that's like happy hour time. People were inside when all of this was happening. And I did reach out to the owners of Max's, too, the popular cheesesteak spot right next door. I'm still waiting to hear back to see if they're even open or just what are the plans to recover from this vandalism.
And that's an iconic spot. I mean, Max's opens into the bar, right?
Yep.
It's a very cool, like old school, stuck in time type of spot. Very busy, like you said, all the time. So we hope they're able to get back on their feet soon.
Also, my recycling is still sitting outside on the curb.
I got so many boxes, cardboard.
I got a whole bunch of boxes from like Amazon Prime Day.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right.
But at this point, it's not even just recycling now because you're just throwing out other trash.
Sure. The city said that they are on top of the regular trash pickup, but that the recycling they are behind on, and you should just keep it out there until they come through. But mine's been sitting out there for almost a week now since I put it out. So I'm not sure when they're going to catch up to the 8-9 days they lost during the strike.
And on top of all of this, we've had illegal dumping. And so the sanitation department also says, crews are trying to tackle that as well.
Right. And we might get another strike coming up. We've been talking about the strike summer here in Philadelphia. We had the District Council 33 strike. The teachers are agitating for higher wages. Their contract is coming up next month. And hotel room attendants, cooks, bartenders, and other hospitality workers, they were picketing on Wednesday because their contracts have expired. There was a rally with Unite Here Local 274, which represents those folks, and they say they need higher wages. And there's been chronic understaffing at their hotels since the pandemic. And this is really relevant because next year is going to be a huge year for visitors to Philly. These hotels are going to be at max capacity, and we want workers to get their fair share of the revenue that comes from all the different kinds of events that are coming through: the FIFA World Cup, the MLB All-Star Game, the NCAA tournament, the 250th birthday of the U.S. We're going to keep an eye on that labor action and see what goes on with their expired contract.
And these folks are so important to the city. Let's talk about these potholes.
They've been like unusually out of control.
Ridiculous, Matt. Okay, big ones on Ridge Avenue earlier this week. The holes just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So much so that then they put these like collapsible like traffic cones all around the big hole. So instead of just like paving it, cars were like basically driving. First of all, Ridge Avenue is a two-lane roadway. Cars going up the avenue are like driving close to the sidewalk. Tractor trailers are going down this, regular cars, SEPTA buses. It was insane. But the good news is that those potholes got filled.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm still dipping and dodging potholes throughout the city.
It's amazing. 6,000 pothole complaints to 311 in the year that ended in May, according to the Enquirer. And it takes an average of 15 days for the city to mark a 311 complaint as closed, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's been fixed
or filled.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why did they put the Band-Aid on it?
Right.
Like, they had a whole crew out there. And I'm like, oh, yay. Like, they're going to fix it. I was like, yes, this is great. No, it wasn't great for like 2 nights.
It's
like,
wild.
It doesn't make sense to me.
And the Enquirer also said that lower income neighborhoods, according to their analysis, they have the slowest response times in terms of the city coming to fix it.
Of course.
The good news is Philly people are hilarious.
Always.
Did you see this?
It's always, nothing is ever serious in this thing, I swear to God.
Did you see the artwork in South Philly that someone made over a pothole?
Oh, yeah.
It's not safe for work.
It's not safe for work,
But it's
no.
so
But
funny.
I did see that.
Massive illustration in the middle of a intersection.
What about the guy who has a whole account because he's skateboarding over the damn potholes?
He's like, fuck Love Park. I don't need to skateboard there. I'm just going to skateboard over the cone on the pothole on like 4th Street or
The
whatever.
terrain is great. All right, so we asked our Hey Philly readers what you all thought about potholes or what potholes are upsetting you too. Tiffany from Southwest said, the potholes are out of control and the new speed bumps make it worse.
Yeah, right. You're going up with the speed bump. You're going down with the pothole.
I've had 2 flat tires over potholes and the speed bumps. Oh my God. Which are too high on some streets. Rip the undercarriage of my car. It's horrible driving in Philly.
Wow.
Oh my God. I feel bad for you, Tiffany.
Wow. Sorry, Tiffany. Brenda in West Kensington wrote to us, quote, there are too many potholes in my neighborhood, corner of Cumberland and Palthorpe Streets. I've reported it, received a closed notice, but the hole is still there and the hole's getting bigger. There are 2 holes, Brenda also said, that are getting deeper in the middle of Palthorpe Street. These potholes are close to my garage. I've reported these 2 and have received closed notices, but the problem still exists. Why are they closing out complaints if this issue is still there? It's like we give up. It's like, I don't know, we're not going to deal with that.
Yeah, that's wild to me. But first off, congrats, Brenda. Like, you have a garage in Philly. I'm jealous because you've always got a parking spot.
Brenda's complaining about potholes and she's living the high life with the garage. Okay, Brenda.
We're just kidding. But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Glenn says this. I reported a pothole in the 1900 block of Cater back in April 2311, which has always been responsive to my request for action. That's great. After following up a few times, 311 admitted that it was taking too long and opened another ticket for streets. Several weeks later, it was reported that the pothole was reported as a wear out by the streets and would be scheduled for repair. We are now approximately 3 months since first reported and still no resolution. I understand that there was a week lost due to the strike, but really 3 months for resolution? I feel you, Glenn.
We know that there are workers out there filling these holes, but we also don't know how efficient the bureaucracy is in terms of like taking those complaints, responding to them as quickly as possible, and, you know, going out there and filling the potholes in the busiest streets, you know, more quickly than other streets, right? I just don't have a sense of how well all of that works. And for what it's worth, the Department of Streets says that it repairs potholes and other damage to Philadelphia streets, and you can call 311 or use their online form at phila.gov/streets.
Mm-hmm. We've got more news after the break.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Welcome to Sephora. I'm looking for a perfume that's not too perfumey.
I got you. Serum moisturizer or moisturizer serum.
Let's get into layering.
My concealer is making me look worse.
Sounds like the wrong shade. Let's get you matched.
There's only one store that really gets what you're going for. Get beauty from people who get beauty. Only at Sephora.
Hi, Let's get you a basket.
Trenae,
Yeah.
there's a pool for sale in South Philly.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Like, it's a house
Uh-huh.
and it has a pool and it used to be a private club. Take a look.
First of all, wow. There's a rooftop deck.
Uh-huh.
Nice. It's like got these like weird, it looks like a side door, but it's really the front door. It says 2 bedrooms and 1 bath. So how could it have been a club? Anyway.
It's a 5,500 square foot lot.
Look at that turquoise blue paint on the exterior.
Right. And then look at that backyard. And then
with a basketball court.
There's a basketball court. And then there's a big ass pool. And it's in the middle of
like a neighborhood
South Philly
block?
Yeah. It's at like 6th Street and Wharton.
This is so bizarre.
This like went viral this week because somebody posted the Zillow listing.
I'm just cracking up that it only really has 2 bedrooms, but a big ass pool. Let's talk about the price.
$949,900 is the asking price. The house itself is small. It's 1,200 square feet, but the lot is big and they got that pool in the back. We could have our own private club. So the deal is it used to be a private club and bar in the 2010s, had the pool obviously and a cabana. It was called the NC Club, members only pool and bar. And I would love to talk to somebody who was a member who went to this place. Somebody online said that it sounds like a plot from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where the gang like buys this pool and tries to run a private pool club.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you're looking for a pool with actual water, because the pictures of this place don't indicate that there's any water in it. But we had a show this past week. Producers Abby and Selena went on assignment to find places around Philly to go swimming, go canoeing.
So beautiful. The videos that Abby took on our
awesome.
Instagram page.
Check it out, guys.
It looks so peaceful.
So many different places to get your feet wet in the Philly area, not just pools, but swimming holes.
Right. And not just down the shore either,
Totally.
you know?
Yep. Check it out.
So, Matt, are you going to be swimming this weekend?
Not going swimming this weekend. That's not my plan, but I am going to the Mann Center tonight. You know what I'm going to see, don't you?
Nas.
Yeah.
Nasir Jones.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
He's doing Illmatic, legendary album with the Philadelphia Orchestra.
I know. It's insane.
I got good seats, too.
I saw him when he came to Temple University back in like 2007, 8. I was front row, man.
Really?
And he was just rapping. I was like, Nas! Nas!
Did you get that, like, saliva on you?
Like,
like front row, because I'm going to be up close, and I'm like,
really? You must have dropped a lot of money for those tickets. Yeah, you did. So you could buy the South Philly pool.
I know a guy.
You knew a guy. Well, the tickets are almost gone. There are some tickets available at the lawn. So
okay. Oh yeah. Did you just look it up? I mean, it's such a unique experience. I mean, I don't know if the orchestra is going to be next to him, in the pit below him, but looking forward to it.
Well, if you're not dropping like hundreds of dollars for those tickets, there are some free events happening at Clark Park, which is in West Philly. There's a tradition that happens on Baltimore Avenue. It is called Shakespeare in Clark Park. They are presenting a adaptation of Midsummer Night's Dream. It's free. Show starts at 7 p.m. on Friday. You can bring your own food, blanket, chair. My recommendation, go across the street, up Baltimore Avenue to Dora Bet Ethiopian Cuisine. They have the best chicken wings in the city. Yeah, this Shakespeare in Clark Park series has been going on for many years. It is a tradition. And there's going to be like folk music, punk, disco. It's going to be a vibe out there. And also, if you go further, I guess maybe you want to say up the avenue, Baltimore Avenue, Friday nights, there is the Cedar Park Neighbors put on a free jazz fest. I know I talk about it a lot because it's just, it's fun.
You love that
it's
spot.
fun. I
Nice.
know. I love it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and then, I'll figure out the rest of the weekend when I get there. Matt, thanks so much for chatting with me this week on Friday News Roundup.
Have a great weekend, Trenae, and stay cool. It's going to be hot as hell this weekend.
That's all for today here on CityCast Philly. Our executive producer is Matt Katz. Our producers are Abby Fritz and Selena Sayer Reynolds. Our Hey Philly newsletter editor is Siani Colon, and our host is me, Trenae Nuri. Music is by Philly's own Interminable, with additional music from All the Kimonos. If you enjoyed this episode, really this week of episodes, share it in the group chat, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our morning newsletter, Hey Philly. We'll be back next week talking about the latest on SEPTA, things to do in the month of August, and a conversation about neighborhood names. Plus, we'll have ways that you can become a member of CityCast Philly Neighbors. Have a great weekend and be safe, y'all. Bye.